think we are. I think we're live.
At work finally?
I think so. Hey, it's Monday, and guess what? That means it's Monday Motivation with Ogre, and today it's hey
Uh,
man, it's Happy Spring. It's snowing here in the Chicago area, so I don't even know if it's winter or spring. Who knows what the fuck it is? But welcome if you're joining us, Ogre. What's the
Hello.
word?
Oh God, I'm falling apart.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
All
I'm,
right,
I'm
what's going on?
I don't know. I'm getting old. Um, I, I probably need to exercise more, as you could tell, but just
You don't work out? I thought for
no.
sure you were a
Cause
CrossFitter.
can't you tell? What's that
What?
joke? How can you tell if somebody does CrossFit?
Oh, no, I don't know that one.
They'll tell you.
There you go. See, yeah, no. So no CrossFit for you.
No, my exercise is pretty much asleep.
That's it.
That's about it.
No, man, come
Maybe
on.
spanking
For
one
one,
of, but
you're what? You're still under 50.
yes.
You still you got a lot going for you. I would try something settle. You could start with yoga or go walk the mall. No, not walk the mall. That's kind of old. You don't want to do that.
That's kind of
But
fun.
try,
Hey,
try. Have you tried yoga yet?
pick up some chicks at the mall, some hot 70-year-olds.
There you go. At the Yankee Candle, that's where all the hot ones are at.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Man, I did go to the mall the other day, and yeah, it was kind of slow, man. A lot of stores looked like they were closed, or I don't know if they were closed or grand opening, grand closing. I don't know. It was kind of weird,
They're having
kind of
some,
awkward.
their old brick and mortar stores are taking a
Oh,
hit there.
yeah. God, I used to remember River Oaks. Man,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was that was the shit, man. That was like a
That
whole
was
new
it.
world.
It goes along with my thing about being old, not so much physically, even though that is part of it,
Yeah. So what happened?
but
Did something happen at work that
no,
something
no,
made
no.
you?
Something happened at home.
Okay.
This may come as a surprise to you too, to go along with my non-physical fitness
Yeah.
regimen. Um, I'm a nerd, and one of my nerdly things is professional wrestling. And
Okay.
yes, it's fake, and yes, they know who's gonna win, and they're not really dead Undertakers, and the guy who's supposed to be from Iran is really from like Cincinnati or something. I understand all that. That's all
Yes.
understood. Okay.
Right.
But I was watching WrestleMania
Hmm.
was last night. Okay.
Okay.
And due to a quirk in the internet and a convenient passcode that was left to me by a cousin that left town, I get it for free. So I'm not don't think I'm laying down $60 for a pay-per-view or anything.
Yeah.
Not that insane anymore.
Okay. Good
Um,
for you.
and I'm watching it, and I'm on the internet with the other nerdly types, and I got my cousins are 10 years younger. They're like 10 and 13 years younger than me, so they're mid 30s and early 30s, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And they're on this web page, whatever you call Facebook page or something, and it's
Mhm.
about pro wrestling. And I'm watching this last night, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm like, this is fucking terrible. I'm like, I just don't understand. I'm like,
Didn't meet your
I don't know. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
And I go on this web page with him, and I go to find my cousin there yapping, and I said, Jeff, this is terrible. And he's like, I knew you were gonna think it. And then all these other nerds are chiming in, and they're like, oh, you don't know what you're watching. You've obviously never watched professional wrestling. I'm like, okay, Junior. And they're trying to explain it to me about how I'm so wrong and how this was a good product they were seeing, and I just didn't get it, and it struck me. I'm like, well, these guys are only like, and they're all. I asked him. I said, Jeff, are these all your like buddies? Are these guys all in your same age bracket as you and your brother? And he's like, yeah, pretty much. Everybody here is like 25 to late 30s, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
I hate to tell you, man. I think it's a new generation, man.
That's like everything, like Star Wars too.
You know what? Yeah, I know. That's
I
a
mean,
touchy subject.
I got over Jar Jar Binks. Okay,
Yeah.
took me a while, and I kept telling myself, whether no matter what, I got my shirt.
Let me see. Oh, look at you. There you go.
Yeah.
That's vintage.
And I
Beautiful stuff.
mean, as far as like, no matter what we think, the people who were there in the theaters
Oh
in
yeah.
May 25th, 1977, the
Yeah.
people who were there then, the no matter what we think as 40-year-old men or 30-year-old men at the time, the movies are for kids.
Yes.
And I got over the Jar Jar Binks thing, but then these new ones I'm watching, this last one that came out a year. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, you might want to see a damn movie that came out a year ago with
Yeah.
with Leah flying through the air, and he's anybody who wants to, the forces and everybody. I'm like, what is this crap? And I'm
No. It.
already my own son turns against me on these things, and he's I don't know how old he is. He's in his early 22, 23, something like that. He's
Mhm.
23. And he's arguing with me. That's the same thing. And I sit there and I think to myself, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I'm thinking, I'm like, is this what it is to get old? You just, everything that you thought you knew in the world, even though I'm talking about pro wrestling and Star Wars,
No.
it's just completely changed.
The staples of every man.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it.
Gotta
Well,
have it.
that's it. They're the same thing with music. I don't know if
Yeah.
my niece is talking about what's her name? You probably know her. Who's that broad? And everybody's all boner fight over it. Cardi B, Carly
I was
B.
just gonna say that.
Yeah.
She was on Saturday Night Live this past weekend.
I had no idea who the hell she was.
I know.
I'm like
Well,
watching the same. I feel like I'm like 50 well,
oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna be 50. I feel like I'm 50 in the 80s, watching like my old man coming downstairs asking me who the hell like Big Country was
This
when they were on
Duran
fucking,
Duran.
yeah, who the hell's this? Duran.
Devo. But
What are
Devo
these
was probably
guys?
scary to fucking people when they saw Devo. Like, what the hell is that? But
Oh yeah, that's what I try to. That's the thing, and I try to get that across to people when you see that a lot on the old the Facebook there with people bitching about like these kids today, and they're
yeah,
eating their Tide Pods and doing their whatever and this shit. It's like, well, okay, it's pretty fucking stupid, but
we've done.
I'm
Yeah, I
sure I'm
think
sure
we've.
there was a lot of things that the generation before us looked at and said, look at these idiots.
I
What the hell are they
mean,
doing?
I
Walking
mean, hell,
around with their
back in the
walking
day,
around with their baseball caps backwards. Put that cap
yeah.
straight.
No, man. Like I said, I'm like like you said, it's just generational. Things change, man. I mean, back then we didn't, when we were in our teens and 20s, we got into legitimate shenanigans. I mean, you'd try to score a fucking keg and drag it out to Lincoln Field or somebody's house or a hotel room, and then when the cops came, we scattered like fucking roaches. That was the adventure. That was Friday night. That's what you looked up to. Nowadays, the motivation of going out's a whole lot different. So yeah, it's generational. So because I
Yeah,
feel you. I
I
mean,
don't
I
know.
still. What was I watching the other day? Speaking of generational, oh my God, yes, I was watching Three's Company, and it was the episode
Oh shit.
where Jack, somebody cheated, right? He was at
Uh-oh.
chef school and he presented his dish, and somebody took the name and switched names. So the plot was to get this guy to confess in front of that dean. So in order to do that, Chrissy had to kind of flirt with him, and Jan. I mean, it was just bad. I'm thinking, is that how women were really treated back then? Now, in light of all the fucking
Yes.
sexual harassment and
Yes,
fucking,
they were.
Matt Lauer and all these other people that have been, called out. And I'm like, back then, that must have happened on a daily fucking basis.
Oh
And
yeah,
and, and
there's all kinds of stuff you can watch. You can watch movies from like
man,
2000 and go, "Ugh, wait a second, that's a
yeah,
little.
that doesn't
But is
seem
that
right.
bringing us as a society? I'm gonna get
Okay, man,
philosophical
let's
on
get
you.
sociological here.
There you go. Is that are we regressing as far as
Yeah.
like comedy is
Well,
concerned? Look at
well, comedy.
the
I don't know.
go to is Blazing Saddles though.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah, I
Blazing
know.
Saddles. When did that come out? 72, something
Yeah, it
like that.
was. Yeah, that can. And even then, that was a racy time. There
That's what
was
I'm saying. Do you think that movie could even get past like greenlit out of a producer's office?
no, not even the first minute.
Yeah, imagine how could you're sitting in a production or not production meeting, what are those? You're pitching the idea.
Right.
Me and you go in there. We rode Blazing Saddles that
We got
never
a great idea
existed.
for you.
Somehow we got a
See?
great idea for you, Mister. Whatever the hell, United Art. I don't even know if they're replacing 20th Century Fox guy. And there's one scene where they're chasing they're trying to sneak into the bad guys' camp, and they see some Ku Klux Klansmen. Okay, and
Okay,
then
you follow me?
the one guy reaches behind the rock and says, "Oh boys, look at what I got here!" And he pulls his friend out, the black guy, and the black guy says, "Hey, where are the white women at?" And then the Klansmen chase him around the rock. It'd be like, okay, thanks for coming in, fellas. We'll get in touch with your agents if we're interested, and you'd never hear shit.
That's it.
And that's what I'm saying. That was shit. That movie, just like us, is almost 50 years old.
Yeah.
And it's you can't do that. I was surprised when they redid the Bad News Bears.
Yeah, no, that was horrible in itself.
It was horrible in itself, but I thought for sure that there was no way they're going to have Billy Bob Thornton there drinking and trying to get his daughter to beat the kid in air hockey or have to go out on a date with him to the Rolling Stones concert or whatever the hell. And they stayed pretty near to the
Original.
pretty near to the original. I'm sorry, I just got a disturbing message from our production.
From our tech guy. Yeah, I know. I just saw that. Yeah.
Thanks, production staff.
Well, there goes my dinner.
There goes my train of thought.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. I think is this what it is? And then what the hell? What am I going to think about 20 years from now? Is it?
Oh no, it's gonna be even worse.
Is it still going to be, well, your stuff is all crap and my stuff was great.
Everything has improved.
The kids that are watching, the guys that were arguing with me last night trying to tell me how that piece of crap WrestleMania was so great,
right.
15 years down the road, are they going to be arguing with the next kids coming up? Of course they will, saying, what the hell you're talking. Back in 2018, that's when it was really good.
Yeah, see, it's going to happen.
I come shuffling into the room. It's the circle of life.
Lasagna. That's it. There it is.
I swear, I felt like fucking Brooks getting out of Shawshank Prison last night trying to figure this out. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I'm like, this is terrible. You don't know, old man. Go watch One guy told me to go watch my midget wrestling, and I laughed. I had to laugh at that one to myself. I'm like, dude, you don't know how far off. We talked about me and little people before. I'm not watching midget wrestling. That's for sure.
I'm just impressed. I'm impressed how you know a lot of characters from movies. Like you mentioned Brooks. That was Shawshank. I mean, that's how many people have that ability to just pull out the character names, man. That's a pretty good talent.
World went and got itself in a big damn hurry. That's exactly what because I thought that I don't know how, that's how my brain works.
Oh yeah, that's brilliant.
I can't remember to I can't remember the things to do to keep a wife, but I can remember characters from a fucking movie from 1997 or whatever the hell it was.
Yes. Yeah. See, again, the important things in life. That's the shit that they don't teach you in high school or college. You either sink or swim. That's how it fucking rolls these days.
They should have a reference making machine or class or not machine. Reference making class. Hey, what's wrong with your hat over there? It just caught my eye. Your hat behind you, it's got the black. It's blacked off. Got a black rectangle. Is that supposed to be there?
Black. This one.
Look at the front. Look at the front of it. It's like a black patch. Oh, it's a flag. Okay.
A flag.
Oh, it was hanging. It was when it's hanging up behind you. Put it up. Put it back up.
This here is called an American flag. It has stars, it has stripes, but this here is it's called blacked and out flag.
Oh, that's just it. Hang it back up, and I couldn't see it. Just looked like a black rectangle. Very confused. Now, if you look on your screen, those of you watching at home understand what I'm saying. Jesus, get up there, pal. There you go.
I don't want to get up. My ass is finally comfortable in this fucking chair. I got the sweetest spot now. I don't want to mess with it. I'm good. Do not mess with the chair.
You know what else I did?
What'd you do? Golf?
This weekend? I did not golf. Oh. My golf game is terrible.
Oh, okay, good. I'm not the only one.
I did that in my younger years, trying to rub elbows with the big corporate muckety
Real,
muck types.
real quick here. My lips are very dry, so will it offend you if I put my lip balm on while you talk about this?
Ow,
Okay, go right ahead.
far from the
Just
least.
don't mind me. My lips
I
are very important.
I might enjoy it, oddly. Oh yeah, there you go. Now you're talking. We'll, we'll just wait for this. Okay.
It's medicated, so
There.
it's already working.
Fantastic. Does that like numb your lips?
Yeah, it makes them tingle. It has like eucalyptus.
What do you? That's what you get for going outside.
I know. I'm outside a lot.
I
Yeah,
don't
get
have.
this.
Yeah.
This weekend it was what 37 degrees, 38 degrees. Me and the trophy wife are out fucking side making a chimney of fire, sipping wine like it was like 70 out. It's
Well,
crazy.
it just sounds crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, no,
But
it's
anyway,
just about the fresh air. Anyway, I'm
so
done.
I watched golf on TV.
Yes. Yeah. Ugh.
That's yes. I came to that conclusion. In the past, you'd see it. I just wouldn't even, you know, stop on it or go to that channel. But trying to broaden my horizons and watch different things like, like soccer or curling. I wouldn't get my
Yes, the new.
if I never would have watched curling that first time, I never would have known how truly awesome it is. So I figure, okay, maybe I'm missing something.
Oh
Let's
wait.
uh-oh.
Quick tidbit though. Did you see? Speaking of your curling guys, did you see him throw out the first pitch the other day?
Yeah, the guy like threw it to the wrong
I was
catcher,
gonna call you up that day. I'm
and the
like,
other guy
hey,
rolled it. Yeah, I
your
saw that.
heroes are on
That was
TV
pretty
right
funny.
now.
On TV, Sean the Olympic athlete. I saw those guys. I'm like, these guys are
I
awesome.
thought of you, man. Thought of you.
Yeah, I
I'm
saw that.
sorry.
That was pretty good. No problem. So it's the Masters big
Yes.
tournament, and
Yeah.
it's Sunday afternoon, and I'm getting ready to. My daughter's tired of hear me bothering her. She's off doing her own thing, and I'm waiting, to waiting for WrestleMania to come on, and I turned on the Masters there, and I'm like, oh, let's watch this because it's a big tournament and it's golf, and maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah.
I was not missing anything.
No.
It's as god awful as it sounds.
And see, now here's my thing, the
bring.
generational thing. Like I would have thought golf would have gotten better. And see, I'm not a golfer. I don't, I like the outdoors, but I'm not good at it. That's why I don't like it. But, like something like the Masters should be sponsored by like Hooters or let's make it more, I don't know. It seems such like a tight ass sport, like nothing but like tight ass white old, skinny.
There's actually it's not so much generational. I think that's more economical.
Economical, socio-economical.
Is that a word?
Right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, because it's you're the social status. I got a burp stuck in me. Excuse me.
Oh man, would you have a Stromboli today?
No, I come home from work and I wolf down my dinner before getting on here with to go through our production meeting with you, and sometimes it backs up. Goes back to what I was saying earlier about being old.
Being old.
Yeah, but
so
anyway,
what'd you have? I'm just curious.
What I had chicken and mashed potatoes.
Chicken?
From last night.
Oh, from like fried chicken, baked chicken?
It was just sitting out. Nah, I don't. I get the chicken breasts and I put them on a pan and throw them in the oven till they look like they're done, and then I eat them.
Well, so you cooked. You did that yourself.
Well, there's nobody else here. I mean, my dog doesn't have thumbs, so she's not cooking anything. So yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. See, like I said, I don't know, man. I know some people that hire these women that come in and cook for them, and
How much you think the bus company's paying these days?
I don't know, man. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have a side gig like that where you rent out party buses.
We had a maid coming when I was married to wife number 2, and she had a good gig, and we were raking it in. We got tired of the kids. We had a maid come in, one of them Molly maids or whatever. Yes. And I remember this broad came in, and she came to clean the house, and she had a little baby. Yeah, a little baby with her would sit in a car seat thing. She'd bring her in, and she'd walk around and clean it. I always felt bad because you're there, and they're like cleaning up, and you're like, all right, sorry, I left that there. Whatever. And so they're cleaning, and me and number 2 son were done. And I remember her saying, she looks and she's like, surprise, surprise, she's a Polish immigrant or something, or Eastern European. And she looks and she says, okay, I'm done. So, all right, cool. I'm like, here you go. Stroke her to check. Here you go. Little on there extra for yourself there, honey. Don't spend it all in one place. And she says, it's okay. I'm just going to, we had a back family room thing off the
Yes.
kitchen. And she's back there, and she's like, if it's all right, I'm gonna feed the baby back here, and then I'll go. And I said, all
Okay.
right, no problem. And I go, Zach, and he's sitting there. Oh, I said his name. Whatever.
Uh,
Who cares? I said, Zach.
Jack. You meant
He's
Jack.
sitting there. He's watching the tube back there. And he's like, what? I'm watching this. I'm like, go. And he goes, what? He's at that age where you're like kind of stupid at the point.
Yeah.
And I said, I look at. I said, she's gonna feed the kid. And he
Yeah.
looks and he goes, okay. And I just, she had her back there, I had to grab it. I had to pretend I had to like pantomime the like breastfeeding holding, and then
Yeah.
finally it kicked in on it. He's like, oh, okay. He like run out of there. He's, I don't know. That was just a little
The
funny
circle of life.
story.
It comes back down to the circle of life again.
Little funny story about another Eastern run-in with one of my many run-ins with Eastern European immigrants. I've got quite a few, actually. Anyway, here's the worst segue we've ever had.
Yeah.
How about Trump's lawyers' offices getting raided by the FBI?
You know what? We were preparing dinner tonight. Well, you had chicken. I had salmon today that I
That's
caught.
Oh, good
The
choice.
salmon that I caught the other day when you guys were busting my balls about going crappie
Yeah,
fishing. And
did you get that in the Calsag channel? I don't know if I'd eat that.
no, I got it at Burnham Harbor. Right over, no, over here, Lake Michigan. Over there, beautiful Lake Spring, Michigan, blue waters, man.
Oh, isn't that
It was
nice?
fresh. It was cold. But yeah, as we were prepping dinner, because I was working all day and I had just listening to Pandora, listened to Latin music all day. Yo soy el hombre sincero, all day. And my wife was saying that, hey, did you hear what happened? We're gonna have to watch Last Word with Lawrence O'Donnell. That's like she likes that show. So we're gonna have to watch tonight because I didn't know anything about it. So don't spoil it for me. It's kind of like it's kind of like being under a rock for a couple days, and then you come out of the rock and you hear like, hey, that's the sun, So yeah, don't spoil it for me.
There's nothing to really spoil yet, but
Well, like I said, I don't watch the news anymore.
the one thing that people are forgetting about this
Yes.
is that when the feds bust into your lawyer's office with a warrant
That's pretty bad.
and they take all of his computers and all his files,
Yeah.
all the shit that you and him talked about is
Guess
that whole lawyer client privilege thing.
Yes.
That's all privilege.
Well,
Let me get my finger in here. Except
Mhm.
for any ongoing crimes or crimes that you are talking about that may happen.
Mm. Yeah, that's pretty deep.
That is pretty deep. I mean,
Well,
that's
see, here was my first thought. Like, if to get a subpoena, any kind of warrant, search warrant, really a search warrant to an attorney's office.
yeah.
I mean, you got to have a lot to convince the judge of you've exhausted all your means.
That's a federal judge, and that's
Yeah.
I was listening on the radio coming home, and the idiots on conservative radio because it's funny because it livens me up in afternoon
Yeah.
traffic
Yeah.
listening to them, and they're saying about they got these they're all Democrats and they got the Democrat judges giving it's like no asshole the federal judge that signed off on the FBI warrant to go into a lawyer's office, like you were saying, he's a Trump appointee. He just started the gig last year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so much for that plan. But
Damn.
yeah, I've got to watch it too if I can manage to keep my eyes open.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, so what? See, you're like me. I guess I'm not the only one. I guess once you hit like that 43, 44, 9 o'clock seems like fucking midnight. Like it just something
Well,
clicks.
that's you got to remember my job too. I mean, I got to get up at 4:00 in the fucking
Oh,
morning.
you do get up at 4.
Yeah.
Well, see, I get up at 4 too, but I don't have to. That's
and
the
now,
weird
well,
thing.
that's just insane. You need to
That
see
is
someone
insane.
about that or get some
Yeah,
pills or
well,
something.
get some
Because
cough syrup.
I get so that's good shit. This is NyQuil takes care of
This
that.
is some tussin, cherry tussin, my favorite.
NyQuil and some ibuprofen that'll put you down for the night. But what gets me now, being older, is that Saturday and Sunday I got nothing going on. years ago I've been in the same job for 18, 19 years.
I have a
15
comment
years ago,
here.
I could sleep till noon. Now I get
I
up
got.
at 4 on a goddamn Sunday. What's the comment?
It says, "Why have you changed sides? What side were you on?" It says Joel says, "Why have you switched sides? You know I hate change." So what sides were you? Were you
Why
talking about
have I
side?
changed sides?
You talking transgender type of stuff? You're talking baseball? You
They talking?
talking
Is he talking the physical layout, or me and Tony on different sides on
judge?
your?
Judges don't pay attention to the law anymore. That's what Vic says. And Linda says, "Love Rachel Maddow and then Lawrence." Yeah,
I love that
you
guy
know,
Rachel Maddow too.
yeah,
He's
he's all
he's
right.
he's pretty funny. You know what I hate
He's
about
a
you
he's
know
a
what I
righteous dude.
know what I hate about he's a righteous all the dweebs, stoners, potheads, jocks, sluts. They
Everybody
all
loves
love
him.
him. Um, they what the hell was I gonna say? Now you threw my train of
I
thought
know.
off.
Fucking see, that's another thing too, man. I
It's your
can't remember what
Ferris
the fuck I was
Bueller
going to say
shit.
earlier.
What side did we think? He thinks I'm a conservative. What? Oh, no. Okay, Joel is saying the photos on the display. I don't know. That's our production staff. Rajneesh is having a rough time.
Hey, Rajesh, did you
I
get
think
those
he had some.
pictures for
I
us?
think he had some bad curry because he was in the can earlier. And oof.
That's yeah. That's yeah. What pictures? What
Oh, Rachel
pictures?
Maddow. Rachel, if you ever watch Rachel Maddow,
I
I
think
had
I could pull that up.
I stopped watching that because she takes 30 fucking 2 minutes of her hour-long show to tell you a bunch of bloviating bullshit. It's like, get to the point, sister.
Yeah,
Let's
and I
go.
noticed that too.
Chop
I noticed.
chop. That's why I like
Ooh.
watching Hannity sometimes. He's good for a few laughs. He just
Oh yeah. It's always high speed, low drag, and always
goes
like an alert.
bonkers. So and then they had Trump was given a press conference, but kind of talking to the press, and he was having a fit. He looked incensed. You could tell he wasn't like he wasn't like throwing tables around or anything, but he was he was just pissed, taking side swipes at what's his name, Jeff Sessions. If the
Oh
attorney
really?
general would have told us he was going to recuse himself, we could have got another attorney general. You'll see. Watch the show tonight. What happened? What's
I would
going
have
on?
to do that. Well, this is the pictures that
Oh,
Joel wanted.
there she is.
See, is that her?
I think yeah, Joel's a big Rachel Maddow fan. I don't
Let's
know.
see. This is her high school picture. She actually looked totally different. Isn't that
Which
something?
one's her high school picture? The blonde?
The blonde.
Really?
That's her.
Huh.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
That one, she looks like Alec Baldwin down there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the
Oh, that is Alec
side by
Baldwin.
side. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that is. Yeah,
So
interesting stuff.
Trump was
But there's
madder than
her.
hell. They were doing a thing they were having a little meeting there with the generals about, I guess, that you see that with Syria,
Yeah, yeah, that's something.
gassing their own people again, and we're over there saying, hey, Russians, what's with the gas attack? I thought you were going to take care of that. And the Russians and Putin, they're like, what
What
gas
gas?
attack?
What gas do you speak of,
What
comrade?
gas do you speak of?
I
Capitalist
know
pig.
nothing of any gas.
That's what it was. Although, hey, I gotta say, I gotta call it like I see it. It's about time Trump finally said a discouraging word about Vladimir Putin.
Mm-hmm.
He had a press conference before his lawyer's office got raided. He was saying how if this is true, if this was there's going to be backlash there's going to be we're going to have to take action against it no matter who it was. I'm like,
Right.
and the Syrians, and then they're saying the Syrians and the Iranians are saying, oh, it was Israel.
Yeah, man.
Hey, we didn't have shit to do with it. It was those Israelis.
This is just to start throwing shit. You know what? We haven't heard from is the fucking Dutch. You know what? I think it was them. They've been awfully quiet here lately.
They're still mad over losing their colonies in East Africa, so I think they had something to
They're
do with
pissed.
it. The Belgian, oh no, that's Belgium. That's a different. I was going to say the Belgian Congo, but that didn't work. Where were the Dutch? The Dutch were what they have? No, that was England, the East India Company.
I just remember you have to pass it on the left-hand side. That's all.
That's a Dutchy,
That's a Dutchie. That's different.
and
Never
that's a
mind.
cooking pot actually.
Is it? See, I saw Behind the Music on
That
VH1 Classic the other day.
That song is about kids in the ghetto being hungry.
Mm.
Not the American ghetto. We're talking about like the Kingston, Jamaica
The
ghetto,
Kingston, yeah.
which is
Look, man, look, you crazy bastard.
that's
Yeah.
so so so. I thought that for years
Lord
too
have
that it was
mercy.
about weed, but I guess some recent research by me after we were talking about it on here on
I think
Friday.
we did. Yeah.
Past the Dutchie is past fucking cooking pot with some stew
Past
in
the
it so I
cooking
can eat
pot.
because I'm hungry. You fucking colonizing bastards. I think
You
that part's
lazy
it.
bastard. Look.
That part's in parentheses though.
Hmm. Yeah, I know, man.
So
I'm
I don't know.
watching.
So the
Craziness.
world's going to hell. I'm getting
Pretty
old.
much.
They changed Star Wars and pro wrestling sucks now.
So I don't know. Have you gotten your
It's
bunker ordered?
pretty much bumming me out this week,
I
man.
know, man. Yeah, yeah. That's gonna say. Have you gotten your bunker brochures and your meals ready to eat that you just add
No,
water and
no, I'm not that insane. I'm not. The world's not coming to it. We're not gonna. And if it does, fuck it. I figure I use my
Dutch and
smarts,
West Indies. Yeah.
my managerial ability to get in good with a gang of thugs with rifles, and then we'll be okay.
Oh, there you go.
Get some chicks and murder some people, and
Hmm.
run wild and
Be free.
be the ruler of the wasteland, the Ayatollah of rock and roller. The what else does it say? The
The Ayatollah of rock and roll.
just
Oh
walk
man.
away. All you
Yeah.
have to do, just walk away. There's been so much killing already. Come on, what's that one? You know that one.
Oh
Easy.
my God. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank, man. At first I thought it was Heartbreak Ridge because that's what
No,
that one dude said. The
no. The one
Ayatollah.
guy said he was the Ayatollah of rock and roller, but it was the ruler of the wasteland. Shit. What else does he say? The
Is it Mad
Ayatollah.
Max?
You are close. Mad Max
Beyond
2.
Thunderdome.
No, the Road Warrior. The
Well, what's a
second one.
Road Warrior?
Yeah, that big guy with the hockey mask, the big
Yeah.
muscle head. Not that a lot of people think that a lot of people have seen that once or don't even care or whatever. They aren't nerdly as me. They think the
Yeah.
guy with the mohawk with the Road Warrior shoulder pads was the guy
Right.
that was in, he was only he was an underling goon.
Right.
And
But
plus
he was in weird.
and that guy in the movie, if you look, he also was having butt sex with the little blonde-haired kid that rode on the back of his motorcycle. They don't like to talk about that.
Oh, I did not know that. I
Go back and
never.
watch. He's got a like a 19-year-old skinny girl boy with blonde hair rides around on the back of his motorcycle with him.
Oh, I saw that, but I didn't. Yeah, I never put two and two
What do you
together.
think he was doing there?
I don't
Just
know.
along for the
Thought
ride?
they were just buddies. I don't
Oh,
know.
they're just pals. Just
They, they
pals
were
out in the wasteland.
they were neighbors back in the day.
Just two good friends hanging out.
Good old fishing buddies. Yeah, but no, this wasn't that the same guy that was in Weird Science when they broke into the house when the biker gang that came into the
No. That's the guy from The Hills Have Eyes.
that was one of them, but the lead guy that had the shotgun, he was in Road
He was
Warrior.
the guy. I think he was the guy who was the Mohawk
The
guy in
Mohawk.
Road Warrior.
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know. Maybe he was just meant to look like that because those guys were all like nobody's from Australia.
Right, yeah. Right, I remember. I got that
and the
one.
little feral kid turns out to be their leader at the end.
Yeah, that kid. I swear, I always see a kid that
That
I always
with
see
the
a kid around my
boomerang.
neighborhood that looks like every neighborhood I go to. I always see a kid that looks just like that.
See a kid that looks like the feral kid from Road
Yeah, the
Warrior?
feral kid, the feral boomerang kid.
Eh.
You know.
Throwing his boomerang around. I
I
wouldn't want to
guess.
see that kid in my neighborhood.
No, you will give it time.
I got enough trouble with the pot smokers.
Your
across the hall.
neighbor Bob and his lost woman are going to produce an offspring that's going to look just like that
It's gonna be
boomerang kid.
Hopefully, I'll be gone before the boomerang feral kid shows up here. Bob's offspring. Now I'm gonna think about that when I see Bob and Mrs. Bob or Bob.
They're going to be
girlfriend, whatever they
fornicating.
are.
They're going to be fornicating for a boomerang kid. That's the feral
I
boomerang.
tell you what, the guy upstairs was getting busy, or he was spanking out he was having a hell of a session on his own because
Thin walls.
yeah, no, the ceiling. I thought they was gonna come through the ceiling, so to speak.
But
Yeah. That really is.
Oh man, see,
I'm
you know
like,
what?
I'm like, come on.
Now I'm
And
giving
I
away.
thought he was done, and then they started up. I'm like, what's this? Better be round 2 where he was just taking a break. I'm like, come on, let's go.
I don't know if you could
You
hear
doing?
that. Tell that joke again. Oh, we lost your mic.
Did you lose my mic again?
Oh, there we go.
Ah, Jesus.
You're back.
I said
I don't.
I didn't know if he was going to come through the ceiling. Fantastic.
Yeah, whatever. Or was it more like this?
Where's the rest of it? All I heard was the first wah. You need
Yeah.
to
Oh, maybe.
wah wah
Let me try it one
wah.
more time here. This is our new soundboard.
All right, doing one.
Maybe not. We'll have to do some more tests on that. Rajesh, can you take us back? Take a look at the soundboard for us.
Just to work on that one.
Yeah. I may have to connect it to a speaker.
Oh, the Dutch West Indies. Okay, there you go.
That's
That's
it.
it. Okay, thanks, Vic. That was the when
We
we
got
were
some good
talking about
inter participation here now. That's good.
what did the Netherlands have? I guess it helps because the title is the Dutch West Indies.
The Dutch West Indies. Yeah.
That could have gave it away. And you had the Belgian Congo.
Gee,
Excuse me.
going back to
Gas
golf
attack.
again.
Oh, golf.
No, going back to golf, I didn't realize there were so many rules, and there were people that monitor what people you can't say certain things or phrases, you can't have your phone. I mean, I'm like, damn, man, and people still buy tickets for that shit
Oh, you're talking about the people at the Masters
at
and
the
like the big
Masters, yeah,
tournaments. Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they're
They
like no
patrol
joke.
that big. They will escort you to the exit post haste.
That's
Yeah,
right, I guess.
that's
Yeah,
on. I think didn't they have some trouble down there? I don't know if it was the Masters or the U.S. Open or
yeah, there was a
I think
guy.
it
His
was the
name was
Masters where they wouldn't let
William Madison was his name, I think. He was kind of causing a ruckus.
good one.
That was good, wasn't it? Well, damn it, where's my soundboard? God damn it, Rajesh. Rajesh. Here we go. And what was that? Now I forgot the punchline.
I don't know. I think you need to have that on standby a little better.
Yeah, here we go.
Hold on. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a work in progress, ladies and gentlemen. A work in progress.
Yes, it is a working. Oh, there was a question I was going to ask you from the show Friday, the roundtable, that
Yes.
you weren't there for.
What was the
It, wa-
question?
it wasn't the stupid train one where you
That
stay
was
on
my thing. I was
tracks.
watching the show the next day,
Yeah,
and
was that just me, or I was thoroughly confused?
I was a little confused myself. But what is the fascination with killing kids on trains? Like, is there any other scenario we could do? What would you rather do, or what would you do? Why is it always got to be a train and kids and your loved one? Like
Anytime I end up doing with those, it's always the sex one. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you.
my sex life.
Not my sex. I ain't worried
Yeah,
about yours. I'm more
I
worried
see.
about mine at the moment.
Yeah.
The my Bengals versus Go-Go's question.
Oh my God,
Now,
yes.
if you had, now here's the parameters. Now,
Okay,
stick
here it
with me
is.
on this.
Yes.
You got Monday through Friday, right?
Uh-huh.
And you get to sleep with each one of the each five members of the band one night, Monday through Friday, one, two,
Yes.
three, four, five. So all of them in a
Right.
week.
Yes.
You can't mix and match.
Right.
You either got to go with the early 1982 Go-Go's or the late summer 1986 Bengals.
86 Bengals.
Really,
Oh, for
without
sure.
question, you didn't even blink an eye on that one.
Oh man. Yeah, my oh yeah, I always thought
Now,
I was
are you just waiting for the Friday payoff that would be Susanna Hoffs?
oh yeah, for sure. For
Okay.
sure. And then there was the blonde chick too. I forgot her. I mean, again, forgive me because I mean, I had a crush on
The
Susanna
guitar
Ford.
player or the drummer for the
The, the
Bengals?
the bass player. Yeah.
I thought she was a redhead. That was the redhead chick.
It was the redhead. Yeah, it was. I think it was. No, it was definitely the blonde woman
You're
was.
thinking of blonde bass player was
Yeah, but
Bang
yeah,
Go. Nah, I think I'd have to go with the '82 Go-Go's.
you would go with the Go-Go's because of Belinda
Because
Carlisle. Your Friday
because
night.
well, but Belinda Carlisle is the number one, but also in the '82 Go-Go's, you had that little guitar playing dark-haired girl,
The little elf-looking
the
thing.
little elf-looking thing. Yeah, you
Oh
had
yeah,
the
naughty kitty that was.
you had the drummer before she had her problems.
Mm-hmm.
I almost made a breast cancer joke there, but I think
Yeah, we don't want to
I'll
do
reel that one in. And I think overall the Go-Go's lineup was stronger. Or I
that.
can agree that the ace of the team for the Bengals with Susanna Hoffs is just she's like you know
Yeah,
like Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan material, and the rest of
yeah.
them are eh. I, but
Like walk like an Egyptian.
I think
That's like,
1 to 5 you got the Go-Go's beats the lineup, but that's Susanna Hoff. You raise a good point. I
which
gotta
one
hand
had the heart surgery?
That was that the guitar player? No, I think that was. She didn't have breast cancer. I think that was the drummer
'Cause,
for Go Go's.
yeah, because Joel said whoever had the heart surgery, he doesn't want her.
Well, it's before that. It's before all that. This is magical time travel. Have sex with all girl musical
Time
groups
travel.
from
Oh wait,
1982.
but here's the question. When you go time travel, is it time travel as us right now, our bodies the way they are now, or we go back in time to our bodies
I'm
then?
not gonna do much good trying to fuck Belinda Carlisle when I'm 11.
Oh, you were 11?
How old were you in 82? 14?
No, you're right. No, you're right. Do you get to? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so I guess it has to be us.
I think it's just Belinda Carlisle for me because she helped me to be a man.
Yeah. That's well, yeah. Same here with Susanna. That's walk
I
like an
was I was
Egyptian.
I was a little I was a
It's,
little farther off there. Shit,
but still,
we were juniors in high school, weren't we?
I
Jeez,
think
Tony,
so.
that Catholicism really that Catholic upbringing took hold with you, didn't it?
Like I
So to
said, bless
speak,
me, Father, for I have sinned.
again and again and again.
Where do I start?
Walk
Damn that
with an
Lubriderm.
erection.
Damn that Suave conditioner. Get the Suave conditioner for only 99 cents a Joule.
You crack me up sometimes.
Yeah, you know, I have my times.
Oh shit! This
Yeah.
changing weather is killing me.
Speaking of changing weather, we got summer is right around the corner, and which means the mating ritual of the young males at the certain watering holes and bars nearby. Um, I know you have been around the block a few times. You've had a couple wives, so you kind of know, how what it's like to attract women. So I thought
Believe it or
maybe,
not.
yeah, I thought maybe you would be able to share your newest segment on tips from Ogre as far as the bachelor life or explain to me what you sent me about that.
Just general, not so much how to meet women or anything like that, because
Yes.
mine is more of the say this in case anybody's listening or see. Mine's more of the long con. I'm not one of those ones to walk into a bar and hey baby, and
Hey, baby.
pick up
That doesn't work.
a chick and fifth. I don't have it. I don't have, like I'm saying. Mine is more of it takes a while, and it was that from Seinfeld stanza. You just kind of keep egging
Get
away,
to edge
egging
them,
away, egging away,
egging away.
and
Pretty soon they'll crack.
finally they crack. Just like there you go, very nice. So some tips for you swinging bachelors out there.
Yeah.
Just a few off the top of the old noggin here. It's
Right.
because we prepare so well for for these shows.
That's right. Yeah. Joel says the same thing. How you doing?
That
That
too,
always
yeah.
worked.
If you have kids, have pictures of your kids actually in frames and on the wall of your abode.
Really?
Yes.
And what does that do?
I don't know, but chicks seem to like it.
They do. Huh.
If you have, I'm telling you, women. Now here, this might come as a shock to you, but women are different.
Yeah.
And
Well,
if she knows that you have kids and she comes to your pad and you don't have any pictures of kids anywhere in your house, on a wall or in a frame anywhere, she's going to start thinking because women have
I think young chicks.
issues.
I think young chicks would rather see dogs. But I think
Now
young chicks that would freak you. I think young chicks that would freak them out. What do you think?
that's another. Well, no, I mean, yeah, if you're like 50 and you're hitting on like 22-year-olds.
Well, no. I'm talking about,
I said if
I'm
you
talking
had,
about the
just go
younger
with
guys, the
the
25 something guys around that age that have a
get a
kid.
the
And now
guys
you
that
bring
the guys
another
that are that
22.
age that don't have kids,
Right.
get a pet.
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
cat or a dog.
But that's interesting. I'd like to hear this. For those of you watching, please share this video as well as I'm going to go ahead and plug it here. But while I still have it fresh in my mind, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's with the same name, Black Sheep Bravo. Make sure you subscribe and put the alert, hit the alert bell so that you know whenever a new featured film or show has been uploaded. But yeah, I'd like to get some feedback from both young as well as an older in the dating scene. You know, what women seem to find what's the best. If they came to someone's home and they saw pictures of kids, you know, would that be a turn on, turn off? We'd like to know. Yeah, wouldn't that be kind of something I'd like to find out? So we could do a cross longitudinal study. We'll start from the East Coast, work our way to the West Coast, take some calls maybe next week, find out what comes up, and yeah, but let us know. That'd be nice.
One more quick tip for bachelors. Don't wear a good shirt to a bar.
Never. Why is that?
It doesn't matter because it's going to be stinky and shit's going to get spilled on it, and you won't care if some jackhole spills his Long Island iced tea on you.
Oh yeah, man.
Go to one of those. Go to a Goodwill and go to a.
Goodwill's
what's that other one?
TJ Maxx, Marshalls.
No, not TJ Maxx. No, the cheap ass ones. The Mother Loves Closet or whatever the fuck it's called. And
Plato's Closet.
Plato's Closet. There you go. Some shit.
Puto's Closet.
Think of it. Yeah. That's something completely different.
That's what I thought it was.
Get yourself a fat guy Hawaiian shirt off the rack, and you walk in. There's something garish that you would need you'd got to fucking put sunglasses on to look at, and right there you walk in there, boom, conversation starter. Some chick somewhere is going to say, that's just a shirt, I love it.
Even better, a robe.
It's so
Wear a
ironic.
bathrobe.
No, you don't walk around with a bathrobe.
I would. Try it. I'd like to hear it. Try it. We'll do a test. Guys who are out there still in the market, on the hunt, try going into a place where there's known to be women there that you're going to pick up. Try it one day with a bathrobe. Try it one day with a Hawaiian shirt. See which one works the best. I'd like to find that out. I have to
get my bathrobe out of mothballs and go over to Target and try that out. I'll report back on Friday if security doesn't get to me.
I'm gonna try that.
Let's wrap this up. Some people have to work at 4 a.m.
All right, let's do it. 4 a.m.
Let's do it. And I got to talk to Doc again there. Did you happen to watch Fridays? Did you catch a replay?
Yes, I did.
And for all you people out there, you can catch all our replays on the website. And are we on YouTube?
We're on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube too. Go to YouTube too. Watch it on there. Watch it. Share us. There, do that. It's all bullshit. Yeah.
Get you over there.
Doc last Friday doing his own little This Day in History segment.
Yes, I saw that.
I almost packed up and stormed off in a writ of phage. I was highly incensed. But anyway, moving on.
Segment stealer.
That's right.
So.
I got nothing on that one. I couldn't think anything else besides segment stealer. April 9th. Ready?
Yes.
Here we go. April 9th. In 1413, Henry V is crowned King of England.
Okay.
There you go. They liked him so much they made a couple movies and plays about him.
That's it. The Mad One, right?
No. That was George III.
George, yeah.
Henry V was the one going into. I think he was the one attacking France, and the old "Follow me" or "Once more into the breach" and Saint Crispin's Day. Yeah, read Shakespeare.
Yeah, I read that.
I think that's
what I fell asleep during that chapter.
Moving on.
Yeah.
1865.
Here we go.
Loser and giver-upper and big quitter Robert E. Lee surrenders to much more skilled General Ulysses S. Grant and causes those no-good rebels to end the war there after the Union kicked the shit out of the South and taught them what's what. They gave them the what for.
Yes. Okay.
So there's another Civil War hero that they can put up statues of in the South. They can put up a big statue of Ulysses S. Grant. They want to teach history at all about the Civil War.
Make it a Pandora. What do you call those? Pandora bracelets. Put all the.
Here's I got Sherman.
Yep.
And Grant. This is not long.
I got the Battle of Apatow.
I got Appomattox Courthouse as a representation. Moving on. 1916, World War I, the Battle of Verdun.
There you go.
The Germans launched their third offense of the battle.
Hmm.
Battle of Verdun had something ridiculous about like number of people dead. I didn't look it up, but I know that that's why they called it the war to end all wars, because they couldn't believe the amounts of dead that were piling
Dead.
up in these battles.
Yeah. Bring out your dead.
1957,
There we
the
go.
Suez Canal opens.
There you go. A lot of work there it took.
1965,
Uh-oh.
the Astrodome opens.
Hey, all right.
A lot of work on
Astrodome.
that too. Not as much as the Suez Canal, but and in 2003, in the Iraq War,
Yes.
Baghdad falls.
Oh, man.
April 9th, 2003. Some births on April 9th.
Mm-hmm.
1898, Curly Lambeau.
Oh, Lambeau Field.
There you go.
Yes, Green Bay.
1926, Hugh Hefner.
There you go. Talking about robes, right?
Talking about robes. I knew
Yes.
that's coming up. April 9th, 1926, Hugh Hefner is born. Kind of along those lines. In 1965, Paulina Porizkova.
Oh, wait, gymnast.
No.
No. Ice skater.
Give up.
I give up.
Swimsuit model. She was on a swimsuit issue.
Damn.
She
See, I didn't know their names. I just looked at the pictures.
Well, she was hot. Look her up.
Yeah, I have to look it up.
And going back to Hugh and going back to Trump's attorney's place getting raided today to wrap it all up with a nice big bow. Born on April 9th in 1974, Jenna Jameson. Well, thank you for that.
Sorry.
Some quick deaths. Quick deaths, but I don't know how long it took them to die.
It took them very long, just for the record.
In 1715 AD, 715, Pope Constantine died. He was a good pope.
Pope Connie.
In 1959, kind of a big jump there. There weren't a lot to choose from, folks.
Not a lot of deaths during that year.
1959, Frank Lloyd Wright dies.
Oh, there you go.
If you grew up in the Chicago area, you took a field trip in grade school to the Frank Lloyd Wright house. Don't tell me that. Don't lie and say you didn't.
I did.
And a lame one, but this was a lame day for deaths, I guess. I guess that's a good thing. In 2001, ex-Pittsburgh Pirate star Willie Stargell died. And happy Constitution Day to all our viewers there in Kosovo.
Happy Constitution
Today is Constitution Day in Kosovo. I can take care of these notes for this show right here.
There you go. That was good stuff. That was a lot of good work there.
I tell you what, that there's, in all seriousness, that the lawyer's office getting raided, and plus the saber rattling that's starting with that with those people getting gassed. Always a bad thing, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
I take my controversial stance against children being gassed. Right. So if that shit going on in Syria and the Russians and the Iranians blaming Israel and Trump talking tonight, there's some. If you're a person that doesn't pay attention to the news, you might want to maybe just like tune in, maybe today or tomorrow, just to see.
I'm doing it. Usually the weekends I kind of keep the TV off, but I'll have to tune in today.
Yeah, it was when they broke in on that and said that they wrote. I mean, you can't go on TV even if you're a lawyer. And you still can't go on TV and pretty much, flip off everybody and say, yeah, the fuck you. If you want to find something, find it. And if, I did this and the president didn't know about it, and she'll owe $5 million every time she talks. There's some big shit going down for him. They're talking all kinds of different fraud and shit. You'll see. Watch the news, folks. All right, wrap it up there, Tony. I'm done babbling.
Well, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, again, another Monday has come and gone. Tune in next week where we will hopefully have a new segment where we will invite a special guest to interview during Monday Motivation with Ogre. So thanks again for watching. And again, if you have not done so, please go over to our YouTube page, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for all of our upcoming videos. We're starting to do a lot more, so we need your help to getting that subscription up and getting the word out to help aid our veterans, both here and deployed, as well as, or and our military personnel as well. So I am the Spaniard. This is Ogre. Final thought, Ogre?
Like our page and share it.
There you go.
And go
Thanks
to
again,
YouTube.
ladies and gents. And don't forget, Friday, we'll see you then. We are out.
Oh.
Thank you very much.